Hi everyone, this is Braitcha here. I'm out and about and I've just driven away from an estate that used to manage a whole heap of duplexes. And so this is the second garage door where a tenant has accidentally damaged the garage panel lift door by driving into it. All right, now I don't manage this anymore. I've managed it for over 10 years and no issues. This is the second one though, by the way, and I don't manage the other one either, but I've notice that it's been a long time and it still has not been resolved. So if the property owner was to know that they are losing their rights or it's going to make it a lot more challenging, then it is the agent's responsibility to ensure that this process is carried out and done properly. Firstly, you're going to need to cite certain pieces of the legislation. Section 217 of the Residential Tenancies and Roomings Accommodations Act state that the tenant actually has to notify the agent that they've damaged something at a property or that something at the property needs maintenance repair. So that's the very first one. If they don't tell you, then they've actually breached the legislation. The second piece of the legislation is Section 188. This states that it is the tenant's responsibility to look after the property and not to cause any damage to the property. All right, so in this instance, it is an accidental damage, but by the same token, it is a tenant's responsibility. So the tenant must notify the agent that they've damaged the garage, and the tenant must accept responsibility for the repair or replacement of the garage door. Typically, these garage doors cost anywhere between $1,500 and $2,000 to repair, so it is a major expense. Therefore, you want to pick it up as soon as possible and give the tenant as much time during the tenancy to resolve as possible. You can still wait right up to the end of the tenancy, but that is not something that I would recommend at all, because that end of the tenancy, tenants have too many costs. They are physically, emotionally, and mentally removed from your investment property, so their care factor is extremely low, and they're not there anymore, so you can't control them. You won't be able to find them. Chances of getting that repaired is not there. Plus, you're not going to get it covered under your insurance because it's not deemed as malicious damage, unless, of course, you have accidental damage, but I've never dealt with this under an accidental damage claim, so I've got no experience to shed any light to that instance. All right, so I'm going back to the fact that the tenant's responsibility to get it repaired, right? The owner and the agent's obligations in this instance is to provide them with a fair time frame. As an agent, this agreement to repair or replace must be in writing, it must be signed, it must be adhered to. If the tenant doesn't take responsibility of the expense, then escalate it to the dispute resolution process straight away. If they go down the replacement part, repair part, and an agreement has been signed, they don't stick to it, it's not negotiable. It must go straight to dispute resolution, because you are under section 362 are going to lose your rights to get back any of those costs during the tenancy. And like I said, you can take it to the end of the tenancy, but the chances of getting that cost repaired at the end of the tenancy, even under a court order, is going to be extremely low. All right, so that's my recommendation. Follow me for more professional tips and guidance on how to deal with major damage at your investment.